Welcome to Street for Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown 205 Live and WWE main event results for the week of July 10th, 2020. Birthdays for July 8th, Marcel Barthel, 1990. Kevin Nash, Big Sexy, Diesel, 1959. Okay, that was July the 9th birthday, Kevin Nash. Mark Merrow, Johnny Bad, 1960. Salvatore Sincere, 1966. Shelton Benjamin, 1975. Andrew Everett, 1992. July 10th birthday, Goldberg, 1959. Johnny Grunge, formerly a Public Enemy, 1966. Hacksaw Butch Reed, 1954. July the 11th is Butch Reed's birthday, 1954. Tyson Kidd, 1980. Jeff Cobb, 1982. That rounds out the birthdays. Recently released WWE star Sarah Logan took to her Wild and Free YouTube channel to announce that she's pregnant with her husband. Nah, really? A stranger. Erik of the Viking Raiders. None other than Raymond Rowe. At this link. The video begins with Sarah and Raymond embracing as they sees the positive test result, finding reveals itself. Sarah continues to get emotional as Raymond kisses her stomach and they celebrate. As you guys know, I'm freaking pregnant, Sarah says, and I was so excited, which is new for me. Honestly, did not want to have kids before I met Ray Rowe. Like no one had ignited that motherly instinct in me. It just wasn't something It just wasn't something for me. You know, my family is kind of small. There were never babies growing up. You know, Ray grew up with babies constantly around him. The wrestling veteran Konnan reportedly lost his mother a couple of weeks back due to issues related to COVID-19. According to Dave Meltzer on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Konnan personally disclosed the news to Dave this week. Konnan apparently didn't reveal the news of his mother's passing to many people except those close to him. Hence why it is just now getting out to news sources. I send my condolences out to Konnan myself in this video as well, and his family through his difficult time. As of late, Konnan has been lending a hand in promotions like Major League Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, and AAA. He's been part of the pro wrestling business for over 30 years and is an undeniable legend. And from one K-Dog to another, my condolences. Similar to Konnan's situation, WWE Lana revealed that her mother is currently in the ICU with a case of COVID-19 that's being worsened by her asthma. My mom tested positive for COVID. She is in his ICU right now. She is asthmatic and is on oxygen. Thank you for all your thoughts and prayers. Heart emoji, she wrote. And she also, her dad has it also as well, as you will hear later on. I'll give you more details. In the process of imploring fans to wear masks in public, Renee Young revealed on Twitter that she has apparently recovered from COVID-19. Young used the past tense and said she had COVID when referring to the virus. Just a friendly little reminder, wearing a mask can literally be saving yours or someone else's life. As someone that had COVID, trust me, you don't want it. Be safe. Take care of each other, Renee wrote. Also noted, Renee took to social media June 24th and revealed that she tested positive for COVID-19. Young reportedly started feeling sick with pressure on her chest and was bedridden. She then lost her sense of taste. On June 27th, it was reported that Renee had improved from the worst symptoms, although she was still tired and her chest felt heavy. It now appears that Renee feels like normal self again. Also noted, Young also announced an upcoming cookbook that she wrote herself, featuring more than 70 recipes. She handed over the manuscript earlier this month and will update fans through the process. Stephanie McMahon noted on Twitter that her grandmother has passed away last week at the age of 93. She didn't go into details, didn't state it was from COVID-19, and I also wished her my condolences as well on her Twitter account. Evelyn Edwards was mother to former WWE CEO Linda McMahon. Yeah, that's Linda's mom, grandmother. Last week, my 93-year-old grandmother passed peacefully, surrounded by people who love her. One of the last things she said to me was, "Let there be love. Love is what heals us all. To anyone who is hurting or struggling, I send my love to you. Hashtag Rip Mima. Thank you for everything." Heart emoji. Stephanie wrote. Evelyn worked at the Cherry Point military base in Havelock, North Carolina, where Vince McMahon's mother also worked. That led to Vince and Linda meeting when they were teenagers. WWE 24/7 champion R-Truth recently released a new official music video at this link. It's called "We Got All the Power." It's a single. On a related note, WWE is asking fans who they want to see on R-Truth's game show when it premieres next Tuesday, July 14th, along with the original preview of the show that I posted either last week or the week before. WWE announced in mid-June that R-Truth's game show will be premiering this month. Truth noted on the bump that the program will be the game of game shows and will feature various activities including scavenger hunts. Truth, the host, will be giving out prizes to the WWE superstars he has on his guests and will be keeping track of the points himself. The trailer shows that this link shows WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, The Miz, Sheamus, Nikki Cross, Natalya, and Carmella as guests. WWE originally filmed a pilot for a Truth's game show back in early 2017, but this is the latest version of that idea. WWE star Angelo Dawkins announced the birth of his first child, which can be seen at this link. Dawkins tweeted several photos with the caption, "Welcome to the fam, little homie, hashtag fatherhood." WWE, Renee Young, Josiah Williams, and David Otunga were just a few who congratulated the new parents, both Dawkins and wife. The wife was seen holding the baby. NXT UK star Amir Jordan shared on social media that he got married earlier today. Jordan posted a photo on Twitter with the caption, "Married man, hashtag lockdown in lockdown." You get it? Lockdown in lockdown. Amir Jordan was in the 2018 United Kingdom Championship Tournament along with Drew Gulak, Flash Morgan Webster, and Zach Gibson. His tag team partner is Kenny Williams. Jordan was trained by Lance Storm and Marty Jones. There wasn't a link for that in the article. WWE superstar Kofi Kingston recently caught up with Academy Award winner Charlize Theron as the actress promotes her new project called The Old Guard. Among other things, Kingston talked about his love of kung fu movies, and Theron talked about her experience preparing for the physical role in the Netflix original. At this link, also, the pair talked about the possibility of Theron trying her luck in the square circle. During the interview, Kingston put over Theron for her really talented action roles. It's commonplace for you to be playing the bad butt role in the lead role, Kingston said. I mean, Atomic Blonde, Hancock, even Mad Max, Fury Road. So I didn't realize that was you in Mad Max, but I just feel like you do such a great job of playing these characters. Before asking Theron, now she prepared for her physical role in Old Guard. Kingston expressed his fondness of martial arts movies. For me, I love kung fu movies growing up, so I really appreciate, like, the fight scenes. Kingston admitted, like my wife, doesn't like all the fight scenes in movies, but I love them. Theron divulged that she had no martial arts experience going into the filming of The Old Guard. The woman behind, Rita Leeds, shared that she has a ballet background, which she described as a different yet comparable mode of physical storytelling. I have zero martial arts background, Theron laughed. Yeah, I do have a background in ballet. I was a ballerina for the first part of my life. That was my first career. So strangely, I was a physical storyteller before I was a verbal one. I think there's an element of being able to play in the genre that reminds me of a lot of my first career as a dancer, and kind of transforming and being emotional and telling an emotional story, and instead of using your voice, just using your body. So I do. That to me is very similar. The discipline of ballet reminds me of the discipline of martial arts, which takes discipline and years to master any one of those martial arts. According to Theron, she had approximately 4 months of stunt training before filming began. Obviously, I can't be good at all martial arts, Theron admitted. We found very specific moves, still skill level sets that I could do, that I showed some strength in. And we really just kind of built on those things. And we had 3.5 to 4 months of training before we started shooting this film. We would spend up to 5 hours in a gym just really learning choreography, learning skills, learning techniques, strength training. A big commitment when you say yes to one of these movies. You have to be willing to put in the hours. Kingston, who recently blamed WWE legend Big Show for caving in his chest, suggested that Theron had a second career as a WWE superstar from her uncanny ability of picking up the stunts quickly. I think you might actually have a career or a future if you wanted it as a WWE superstar, because there are a lot of those similarities. Kingston suggested. You're talking about discipline. The fact that, again, for you to be able to pick up those moves so naturally, like I would love to see you go one-on-one with Becky Lynch, or like Sasha Banks. Do you know what I mean? Or Bayley, or Charlotte. I feel like you would fit right in. Didn't say anything about Ronda Rousey or Shayna Baszler, because those are martial arts. Theron shared that she is interested in mixing it up with the female WWE superstars when the ongoing pandemic is over. So possibly going to the Performance Center to train. Wow, this isn't an invite. Asked. Yes, when and where? I know we're in a crisis situation right now, so it's not anytime soon. But that sounds awesome, and I will get my butt kicked. So that would be really entertaining for everybody to watch, because I'm a mere actor. But that would be so much fun. Theron added, I'm taking you up on this. A bar fight has been announced for WWE's The Horror Show Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Jeff Hardy appeared for a Miss TV segment to set up the angle for the match. During tonight's SmackDown on Fox episode, accepted the challenge from Sheamus, which was relayed to Hardy by The Miz and Morrison. Hardy promised to put an end to Sheamus and move on once and for all. He also talked about his addiction and how he wants to be a beacon of light to other people who are struggling with the disease, proving them that there is hope if you can stay sober. There's no word yet on if the match will take place in an actual bar, but Miz joked that Hardy will have some home field advantage in a bar. The big LG, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Rocky Romero filmed their Talk Shopomania event earlier this week that will air on Fight on Saturday, August 1st. Many pro wrestling stars took a part of the show as well as the shoot, including Enzo Amore. My name is Enzo Amore, certified G and a bonafide stud, and you can't dig that. Heath Slater, Willie Mack, Kurt Hawkins, Rock and Roll Express, Alice Kozloff, Mike Bennett, Marie Kanellis. Did she have her baby? Can she do it? What have you? Chavo Guerrero, Impact Executive Vice President Scott D'Amore, Johnny Swinger, Teddy Long, Tyson Dean, Jeff Lewis Neal, Ravens Flock, the whole entire flock. Sick Boy, Lodi, Reese and Scotty Riggs, and also D'Lo Brown. There will be a lot of outrageous skits and matches on the show. A boner match, which was taped, which is a parody of the Boneyard match from this year's WrestleMania. The filming was done in Gallows' backyard using his ring. They did a strict COVID-19 screening before anyone was allowed to get on his property. More news on Lana's father has now tested positive for COVID-19. Lana announced on Twitter today that her father has the coronavirus, less than 24 hours after her mother also tested positive. My dad tested positive for COVID. Please keep my family in your prayers. Lana announced on this afternoon. She added in a follow-up tweet, "My parents never go outside, so this is just mind-blowing." This comes after Lana announced on Wednesday that her mother was in an intensive care unit due to a positive coronavirus test. She noted earlier in the day that her mother, who was asthmatic, has been taken to the emergency room with breathing troubles. She later tested positive for the virus and was put on oxygen. No word yet on if Lana will be forced to be quarantined if she's been around her parents. She has recently been involved in a storyline with Natalya on the WWE Raw brand as last appeared on Monday's Raw during the June 29th show. And she was backstage in the segment. Injured WWE SmackDown superstar Xavier Woods took to Instagram at this link and posted the following hashtag hair update photo. He's got curly hair, showing how long his hair is, and it's getting wild. He's out of action. Main event episode kicks off after the usual WWE signature. Titus O'Neil makes his entrance as MVP, and Tom Bellows will check on commentary. Akira Tozawa with 3 ninjas makes his entrance. Titus O'Neil versus Akira Tozawa. O'Neil sends Tozawa to the corner. O'Neil attempts to close on Tozawa in the corner. Tozawa gets out of the way. Tozawa connects with a series of kicks to O'Neil. O'Neil slaps the chest of Tozawa. Later in the match, Tozawa jumps on the back of O'Neil with a headlock. O'Neil flips Tozawa forward to the mat. O'Neil connects with a kick to Tozawa. O'Neil slices Tozawa in the corner. O'Neil hits a Clash of Titans finisher on Tozawa. O'Neil pins Tozawa for the 3 count. A recap of Raw was shown, featuring Rey Mysterio and Kevin Owens defeating Seth Rollins and Murphy. Recap of Raw was shown, featuring WWE Champion Drew McIntyre defeating Heath Slater. Bianca Belair makes her entrance. Peyton Royce with Billie Kay makes her entrance. Royce dodges a couple of lock-up attempts by Belair. Royce and Belair finally block up. Belair takes Royce to the mat with a waistlock. Royce eventually comes off the top rope with a double stomp to the back of Belair. Royce pins Belair for a 2 count. Royce rolls Belair up for a 2 count. Royce ducks a forearm strike attempt by Belair. Belair rolls Royce up for a 2 count as Kay gets up on the ring apron. Belair strikes Kay. Belair ducks a spin kick attempt by Royce. Belair drops Ray's head on top of the turnbuckle. Belair hits her KOD finisher on Royce and pins Royce for the win. Video package is shown highlighting the feud between Bray Wyatt and Universal Champion Braun Strowman. Recap of Raw was shown to close the show, featuring Raw Women's Champion Asuka defeating WWE Tag Team Champions Bayley. Tag Team Champion and SmackDown Champion. SmackDown opens from Fox Network on a tape delay from the representative from Orlando, Florida. Michael Coleslaw welcomes us to the Hype Show. He joined in by the Tattoo Champion of the World, Corey Graves. There will be a karaoke showdown tonight with Naomi, Lacey Evans, Tamina Snuka, and Dana Brooke. We go right to the ring, and Miz is out with John Morrison for another must-see edition of Miz TV. They do their usual shtick, introducing tonight's guest. Out comes Jeff Hardy to a pop from the developmental talent in the crowd. They welcome Hardy, and Miz says he has a clip to show it. A clip for us to see. Hardy has no clip, and knows nothing about it. Miz says that's okay because he has a clip. He leads us to a video package on the recent Hardy vs. Sheamus feud, including Sheamus raising a toast to Hardy last week and trying to get him to drink alcohol. Hardy insists he's right, he's all right, but says he did go to some dark places with his addiction. Sheamus tried to take him back there. Jeff admits Sheamus bothers him, and his words get under his skin. And the loss of Backlash did bother him. Hardy says he's going to do everything in his power to destroy Sheamus and put this behind him. Crowd cheers for Hardy. Hardy goes on and says he will be a beacon of light for people struggling with addiction, to show them there is hope and change is possible, and that there is a life waiting for them beyond their wildest dreams if they can stay sober. Morrison has goosebumps. Miz is glad Hardy came on Miz TV because he feels like this is progress. They want to help Hardy. Miz says there needs to be a rematch between Sheamus and Hardy, but not just any match, where Hardy does his best work in a bar fight. The crowd boos. Morrison goes on about the symbolism. Hardy will fight Sheamus and his alcoholism at the same time. Hardy says Sheamus must have put Miz and Morrison up to this. Sheamus probably thinks Jeff will crumble in a bar fight, but he's wrong. He will take Sheamus out in that bar fight and prove once and for all that he's on the right path to redemption, the path to success, and he's never letting any fans down again. Hardy accepts a challenge from Sheamus. He also wants a match tonight. He says Miz and Morrison can't invite him on their show, mock him in his face, and not get punched in their face. Jeff ends up attacking them both. Morrison with a cheap shot. Hardy still manages to clear the ring. He starts tossing the chairs out of the ring, and as they yell back at him about how they're trying to help him. Back to commercial. And we get a match, and we get Miz versus Hardy. Back for the break, we get the belt as Miz and Jeff Hardy go at it. Morrison is at ringside. Well, Morrison is the one that set this up. Miz drops Hardy first and shows off some. Hardy turns around and takes Miz down in the middle of the ring. More back and forth for a few minutes. Miz mounts offense now. Hardy ends up turning it back around with a twist of fate. Hardy goes to the top for the Swanton bomb, but here comes Morrison with a distraction. Hardy ends up flying and taking down both Miz and Morrison. Back to commercial. Back for the break. Hardy is unloading on Miz. Morrison with another cheap shot to allow Miz to turn around. Miz follows to the floor and sends Hardy into the announce table. Miz works Jeff over and sends him face first into the plexiglass barrier. Next, as the referee counts, Miz places Jeff on the apron and hits a running high knee. Miz comes back in and wastes some time singing with Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Miz slingshots Hardy under the middle rope. Miz talks some trash and softs away now. Miz with the it kicks and two running high knees in the corner. Miz with a running clothesline in the corner now as Morrison cheers him on and the crowd boos. Miz comes off the top, but Hardy kicks him in the gut. Miz blocks the twist of fate and ends up dropping Hardy with a neck breaker for a 2 count. The crowd rallies for Hardy now. Miz delivers several more it kicks while Hardy is on his knees. Miz drops Hardy with a big kick to the face and covers for another 2 count. Hardy ends up dropping Miz out of nowhere. Morrison cheers on Miz, but the crowd rallies for Hardy. Hardy gets up first and unloads with strikes. Hardy with more offense, including an inverted atomic drop and a leg drop. Then the basement drop kick. Hardy with a splash for a close 2 count. More back and forth. And counters between the two as they try for finishers. Hardy rocks Miz in the corner and then knocks Morrison off the apron. Jeff goes back to the top, but Sheamus interrupts from the big screen. Sheamus is at his bar at home. He has a beer and says Jeff doesn't know what he's missing. Hardy comes down and looks on, allowing Miz to roll him up from behind for a 2 count. Hardy is countering and pinning Miz for the win. After the match, Hardy stands tall and exits the ring, staring down at Sheamus while he's raising a toast on a big screen. Jerry Sharper is backstage with Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. Cesaro isn't happy with the idea that a win over the New Day would be an upset. He goes on about all the reasons he's sick of the New Day and how long he's been sick of them. He says he's sick of them representing the tag team division, but that will change tonight. Nakamura says, we will have new champions tonight. Next, we got Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. We go back to the ring. Out comes the WWE Tag Team Champions for the next non-title match. Sasha Banks and SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Nikki Cross suddenly jumps on Bayley's back and attacks as soon as Bayley comes out to the stage. Banks assists, but here comes Alexa Bliss to join in. We got a commercial as they all brawl. Back for the break. Match is underway as Banks and Cross go at it. Banks beats Cross down, and in comes Bayley. Bayley works over Cross and talks trash. More back and forth now. Bliss looks on while Cross is dropped again. Bliss gets a tag as they work over Bayley. Bliss and Bayley go at it now. Banks comes back in, but Bliss keeps the choke and works on the arm. Cross comes back in and drop kicks Banks. Cross mounts offense on Banks. Bliss tags back in and drops Bayley off the apron. Banks avoids the double team and goes to the floor to join Banks. Banks and Bayley yell at the announcers now while Cross comes from behind and taunts them with one of their titles. Cross and Bliss take the champ down in front of the announce table and pose together as we go to commercial break. Back for the break, Bliss sends Bayley back to the floor, but Banks assists and Bayley turns around. Bayley brings it back in for a 2 count. Bayley goes on talking trash and taunting Bayley. Bliss counters for a roll up for a close 2 count. More back and forth between the two teams. Bayley taunts Cross on the apron and drops a clothesline into Bliss. Bayley yells at the referee now as Cross waits for a tag. Bayley rams Bliss back into the corner and prevents a tag. Banks tags in and there's a double team Bliss as Bayley launches her into a big slap from Banks. Banks covers for a 2 count and shows some frustration after Bliss kicked out again. The crowd tries to rally for Bliss now as he does, as does Cross. Bayley chokes Bliss in the corner while the referee is distracted. Bayley tags back in and hits a suplex on Bliss for a 2 count. Cross finally gets a hot tag and she unloads on both opponents. Cross with a bulldog to Banks out of the corner. Cross rams Banks in the turnbuckle as she goes down. Cross also drops Bayley on the apron. More back and forth between the two teams. Bayley comes in for a 2 count on Cross. Bayley blocks a tornado DDT from Cross, but Cross comes right back with a neck breaker for a 2 count as Banks makes a save. Bliss has Banks on the floor now, but Banks counters and launches her into the barrier to booze. This leaves Bayley taking advantage and rolling Cross up for the pin out of nowhere with her feet on the ropes for the cheating win. After the match, Bayley and Banks celebrate as the music plays. We go to replays. We see Bliss still down on the outside. Back for the break, we get a promo for the new Battlegrounds video game from WWE. And now to lead us to a special replay of Braun Strowman's successful WWE Universal title defense over Bray Wyatt at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in May. Coleslaw and Graves hyped the non-title Wyatt Swamp fight between Strowman and Wyatt at WWE's horror show Extreme Rules on July 19th. Schreiber is backstage with SmackDown Tag Team Champions and New Day. She asks if they're underestimating Cesaro and Shinsuke. They have been hearing this for the past 6 years, and they haven't forgotten who or how good Cesaro and Nakamura are. But they are not going to let them off the hook. They go on about marching until they remain the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Getting hyped up for encouraging Schreiber to clap with them. New Day Rocks. Lacey Evans and Naomi are backstage getting ready for the karaoke showdown. Back commercial. When these non-wrestling events always happen, you know it's going to end up in some type of a match. Spoiler alert, there you go. Well, it's already happened, so it's not a spoiler. It's your results. Back from the break, Jey Uso is in the ring as the host of tonight's first ever karaoke showdown. He welcomes everyone. Lacey Evans, Dana Brooke, Tamina Snuka, and Naomi all waiting in the ring behind him. Uso says he's not Ryan Seacrest, but American Idol. Uso hypes up tonight's competition and says the participants must sing their favorite WWE theme song. Evans is first. She sings With My Baby Tonight from WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett, Double J, and Road Dogg Brian James. She finishes and the crowd cheers. Brooks is out next and she sings the cool, cocky, bad theme song for WWE Hall of Famer Honky Tonk Man. It was not good at all. She sings for a minute or so. It's only supposed to be like 45 seconds, but Uso cuts her off, agreeing that she is bad at singing. Tamina Snuka is next, and she's doing the theme song for WWE Hall of Famer Triple H. She just starts headbanging, and Uso quickly interrupts her, joking that she has two bad ankles and has just stopped. Uso introduces Naomi next, and she's singing Common Man from the Hall of Famer Dusty Rhodes. All four competitors seemed uncomfortable and awkward during their performance, but they tried. Uso hypes Naomi up and says she has his vote. And this was kind of still of my future wrestling company, as my future wrestling company is not just going to be wrestling, it's going to have karaoke and video game challenges, where you can challenge your favorite star to a video game match. And also, you can sing karaoke with a superstar as well. Well, Uso calls for a round of applause from the crowd for Evans first. Then Brooke, someone yells "You suck" at her. Tamina also gets some more boos and cheers. Naomi gets the loudest pop from the crowd, and Uso declares her the winner. Naomi says she loves Dusty, and we miss him. Evans shoves Naomi from behind and sends her to the mat. Naomi comes back for a fight, but Uso gets in between them. They keep trying to fight, but Uso in between them as we go back to commercial. And we come back from a commercial. We got Lacey Evans versus Naomi. Back from the break, Lacey Evans and Naomi are going at it. They're in their street clothes with no shoes on, and we're getting as they were wearing heels for the karaoke showdown. Evans controls the beginning of the match as Tamina and Dana watch from ringside. Naomi finally turns it around with a big kick to the face. Naomi with more kicks, sending Evans to the floor. Dana checks on Evans and encourages her, but Evans shoves her to the ground. Brooks and Evans have words now. Snuka comes over, but Evans shoves her into the apron. Evans goes back in after Naomi, but Dana and Snuka follow. A big brawl breaks out now. Evans goes to the floor, and Snuka and Brooke roll around on the mat fighting. Evans heads to the stage for boos as the referee tries to keep Naomi, Brooke, and Snuka apart. Schreiber is backstage with WWE Intercontinental Champion AJ Styles now. Styles talks about embarrassing Drew Gulak last week. Schreiber reveals that AJ will be defending his title against Matt Riddle next week. AJ isn't happy. AJ rants and says Riddle's recent non-title win was a fluke, and what will he do without Daniel Bryan and others there to help him? AJ says he's going to beat Riddle as he storms off. Still unhappy about the match made. SmackDown Tag Team title match. Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura versus New Day. We go back to the ring for tonight's main event. Out comes SmackDown Tag Team Champions and New Day. Kofi and Big E. Back to commercial. Back to break. Out comes Cesaro and Shinsuke. Greg Hamilton, who is back in the ring this week, does former ring introductions. Nakamura and Kofi go at it to start. Nakamura mounts at some offense for an early 2 count. The crowd and Big E trying to rally for Kofi. Cesaro comes in and overpowers Kofi, hitting a big gut wrench suplex. Cesaro with more offense and a quick pin attempt. Nakamura comes right back in and keeps Kofi near their corner. Kofi avoids a double team and hits a big drop kick on Cesaro. Kofi beats Cesaro down in the New Day's corner and stomps away. Big E tags in and they do the unicorn stomp. More quick tags in and out to stomp to keep Cesaro down in the corner. Big E launches Kofi into Cesaro while he's down. Cesaro and Nakamura regroup on the floor. Big E launches Kofi out of the ring to the floor, but Cesaro hits a huge uppercut in the midair. Kofi lands hard, and Cesaro stands tall on the floor as we go to commercial. Back for the break, Nakamura's in control of Kofi. We see how Kofi was dominated during the commercial break. Nakamura grounds Kofi now, but Big E and the crowd start to rally. Kofi tries to fight up and out of a hole now. Kofi fights off of a reverse exploder. Kofi drops Nakamura with SOS, but barely hits it. Big E waits for the tag, as does Cesaro. Kofi crawls to the corner, but Cesaro comes in. So does Big E. Big E launches Cesaro with a big belly-to-belly suplex and another. They go at it, and Big E hits another big belly-to-belly for a pop in the middle of the ring. Big E misses the splash, and Cesaro rolls out of the way. As he kind of wasted a little time, Big E knocks Nakamura off the apron, but Cesaro rolls Big E up for a 2 count. Cesaro rocks Big E with an uppercut. Cesaro with a running uppercut in the corner, and a big back elbow to the face. Cesaro more strikes in the corner as the referee warns him. Cesaro mounts Big E in the corner and keeps control. Kobe tags in and turns around, hitting a big top rope meteora on Cesaro. Kobe covers, but Nakamura breaks it up with a sliding knee to the face. Nakamura drops Kobe with a kick out. Referee orders Nakamura back out. Kobe rolls Cesaro up for a 2 count. Nakamura ends up rocking Kobe with a cheap shot, allowing Cesaro to get another shot and a pin attempt. Nakamura tags in and tries to put Kobe away, but Big E makes a save. Big E gets sent to the floor. Kobe fights off both opponents, getting out on the corner, but Cesaro tags in. Big E comes right back in and stops the double team on Kobe. Both teams brawl as the referee calls the match. After the bell, Cesaro and Big E brawl to the floor. Cesaro sends Big E into the announce table as the boos get louder. Cesaro bridges the table from the apron to the floor. Cesaro and Nakamura launch Big E into the steel ring steps. Kobe leaps off the announce table, but Cesaro and Nakamura double team him on ringside. They ram Kobe's spine first into the apron, and Kobe goes down. Cesaro and Nakamura bring the table into the ring now. They also bring Kobe in, then Big E. Cesaro stands the table up in the middle of the ring. Cesaro slaps Big E and talks trash. Nakamura kicks Big E onto the table. Cesaro positions Big E on the table now. Cesaro goes to the top, and Nakamura lets Kobe to him. They double team Kobe and put him through Big E on top of the table. The crowd boos Cesaro and Nakamura some more. Big E and Kobe are laid out on the table to breathe. Cesaro and Nakamura stand tall and pose over them as Nakamura's music hits. We go to replays. Nakamura and Cesaro drop the titles on the New Day and stand over them as SmackDown goes off the air. 205 Live results. Byron Saxton and Corey Graves welcomes us to another edition of 205 Live from the Performance Center. Mansoor makes his way to the ring for the opening match. He'll be taking on Hootie Miles. Singles action. Miles lands a leg kick to open things up. A second, and Mansoor has to adjust. He picks the ankle and takes Miles down, but Miles powers up and grabs a headlock to slow the face down. He runs through Mansoor with a shoulder block. Mansoor picks the ankle again and applies a headlock of his own. Miles bounces him off the ropes and trips Mansoor coming off the ropes. Mansoor tries to mount and come back with a series of arm drags, but Miles once again uses the power to regain the advantage. Mansoor pops up and lariats Miles over the top rope. Miles shakes it off and sweeps the leg from ringside. He whiplashes Mansoor into the ropes, then proceeds to stomp him down in the corner. Neckbreaker from Miles for their fall. He picks Mansoor up and clubs him across the back. Another neckbreaker, another close 2 count. Miles keeps the pressure on Mansoor's neck with a rear chin lock. Fan trying to rally Mansoor back into the bout. He manages to dump Miles to the outside. Miles aggressively comes back. Mansoor cradles him. Miles just kicks out. Mansoor starts stringing together offense, including a German drop and a spine buster. Slingshot neckbreaker from the apron. Miles is in trouble. Mansoor drags him into position and climbs to the top. Moonsault misses. Miles follows up with a flapjack. He goes for the gut wrench powerbomb. Mansoor slides to the back and connects with a modified spinning slam for the win. Winner by pinfall, Mansoor. At KS, Manny kicks off the action right now on 205 Live at this link. At another link, I'll get some post them both together. 205 Live at KSA Manny picks up the win on 205 Live. Picture. Footage of NXT Great American Bash shown, where NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar picks up the win for the Legends, for Legado del Fantasma over Drake Maverick and Breezango with the Phantom Driver. Commentary tells us that the champ will be taking on Oney Lorcan in his 205 Live debut next. Commercial for Extreme Rules, followed by an advertisement from WWE Shop. Main event time. Ordinary Looking is out first. However, he is not accompanied by his normal tag team partner, Danny Burch. Escobar is out next, along with Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wild. Legado del Fantasma. Here we go. Lorcan versus Santos Escobar. Tie up. Another man is able to gain the advantage, so they reset. Neither man. Second tie up. Escobar with a quick arm drag. Lorcan presses him off and chops the champ hard across the chest. Escobar finally flinches. He brings Lorcan down with a standing Kimura. Lorcan manages to escape and create separation. Escobar brings Lorcan down and goes for a lateral press pin. Lorcan kicks out. Escobar continues going after Lorcan's injured arm. Lorcan schoolboys Escobar up for a quick near fall. Escobar shakes it off, goes for a variety of submission to wear Lorcan down. Lorcan fires off with a chop up with his good arm, but the champ traps him in a headlock. Hits a snap suplex with a bad arm, tucked behind. Every time Lorcan lands a bit of offense, Escobar battles him off. Lorcan hits a running uppercut as Escobar climbs to the top, but Escobar rakes the arm off the ropes. Then whips it into the ring post. Commentary asks whether or not the referee should stop the match after the amount of damage that has been done to Lorcan's arm. Lorcan eventually hulks up and drops the champ with another running uppercut. He connects with a signature running blockbuster, but his arm keeps him from making the cover. Escobar drives the knees into the arm again. He follows up with a phantom chopper for the easy win. Escobar picking up apart, or they look at this link. There is zero chance that Lorcan is going to quit at this link. Escobar, Mendoza, and Wild stand over Lorcan, who lays unconscious after his bout with the champion. Saxon asks what this will mean for the future of 205 Live. And that's the show, my friends. That concludes my results for SmackDown, 205 Live, and WWE Main Event. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on video. You don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.